Hi everyone, it's Devin here. Wanted to just give you a little bit of training and some thought here about what you could do with the extra articles that we provide for you every month. Basically, every month, we do the newsletter, and which has a couple articles in there. We have 2 to 4 custom articles then written also specifically for childcare purposes. Which, if you didn't know, there's also a way that you can actually request one either for your own personal use, let me know, or there's a form on the Gold site for you to request a more generic one that'd be open for everyone to use. If you think there's a topic that would be great to cover, we're always up for that. But beyond that, we understand that you might want a little something different, or you might not like one of the articles that I put in the newsletter. So what we've done is we've made sure that you have access to an entire uh, dozens of other articles and other information that you can use and you can put into your newsletter. So first I want you to realize that this information's here if you want to put it into the newsletter, if you want to change out an article. If you just feel it's not appropriate for your organization. Some of the ones that are here, you have the quotes of the month. And just to let you know, this is all a Word document. So you can simply, if you want to, the National Hamburger Month, which is May, you can just simply highlight it, copy it, and you're good to go. The one warning I always give anytime you're coming out of a Word document is I would not take this straight to any kind of online source, because there's actually a bunch of background coding. It's called smart tags, and it's one of the ways that Microsoft can do the smart quotes and stuff like that. And it can really mess up online stuff. So if you're going to take this directly to a online document, such as your eZing or your blog or anything like that, either make sure that it has a function that allows you to copy from Word, which will strip all that stuff out, or take it to a text document first, cut and paste it to a notepad, and then cut and paste it out of Notepad to your document. Otherwise, you can just end up with crazy stuff. And when I'm talking about the smart quotes, you can kind of see down here with this. They're like the little quotes that go in the right direction and everything. So just make sure if you do cut and paste this that if you're going to online, you don't just go straight through. But let me get off topic there as we come back again. The stuff you have a lot of quotes you can use, calendar items. Now these calendar items are great because not only are they something that you could put on your calendar, they're things that you can think about and theme your programs around. I'm looking at National Hamburger Month, which is in May. That would be great. I mean, you could have hamburgers once a month. If you wanted to have like a hamburger social with your families, that would be another great thing to do because it's National Hamburger Month. It's a reason why to do something. Maybe as a part of your marketing, you can think about maybe giving a gift certificate to the local hamburger place or even McDonald's if you wanted to, because this is National Hamburger Month. McDonald's has served 30 billion hamburgers now. Therefore, here's our offer if you come in and take a tour. So think about some of the stuff that's in the calendar items. There's some great stuff that you can use. Now here also again see National Teacher Day. So look forward. Look forward a bit. There's always Mother's Day. We always do that. But look at the other things. And then there are just different articles on different topics. We really try and make sure that every month you're getting the same topic. So there's work tips, and all these articles also are just about the same size. We try and make sure that people are writing them to about the same length or half the length of one, so you can easily replace an article in the newsletter or in the eZing by simply cutting and pasting this, taking the one out, putting the new one in, and changing it up. Sometimes you might have to put 2 in, maybe you'd only put 1 in. But there's that, there's work-life balance, there's healthy living, management tips. And again, some of this too is going to depend on who your ultimate customers are. If if you are the 2-income family, some of the work-life balance stuff might be a lot more important. If you're more of the educational group and it might only be one income, but the kids are still there because of the educational aspects of your program, you might want to do some other stuff. The increasing the tech IQ, the helping kids learn. Some of those articles might be a little bit more appropriate. Again, you don't have to use these, but I do want to make sure that you have them available so you can change stuff out as you want to. Nutrition, as you see there, we try and keep some stuff in nutrition. Um, Learning, world, family matters, financial information. Again, all these articles are written to be very engaging, very simple to read, that someone can sit down at a coffee table and read it in a couple minutes just like they would a newspaper or anything else. We got some new stuff, human resources, just some fun numbers, some fun quotes. Just as you can see, there's all sorts of great stuff here. Travel advice, which, you know, there also are some that we try and relate to the season that it is. Obviously, right now, recording this in May, so we're thinking about summer vacations. That means travel. So there's some great articles. So we try and do a little bit there to help you kind of be out in front of your parents and giving them information that they really want to. Honestly, a lot of these contents are great. After that, some of these articles are written for the international market, which means although there might be some different ones in here, there may be some of the same articles that just use different words. This is really going to be good, especially if you are in the Canadian markets. Obviously, some words are spelled a little bit differently. Some words are used a little bit differently. Color being spelled differently. Flashlight is a torch. So little things like that do get changed. So again, we're trying to make sure that everything can be done for you. And then down towards the end, I also want you to realize too that we also have different puzzles and other fun things you can do. So Sudokus, mazes, all sorts of different fun mazes. Clip art that you can use for the month, along with both color and black and white cartoons. These things are great if you want to, add something, if you want to take something out, put a little bit of content in there, or if you want to maybe add a flyer. You could add some extra content there if you wanted to go up to another page for some reason you wanted to use the backup. So now that's all the content. Now let's also talk about not just exactly what this stuff is intended for, but some of the other great things that you can do with all of this extra content that you have available. You can use it to obviously update your newsletters, update the easing. You could use it and send out, instead of just sending out an easing once a month, maybe you could say, which is a long time. I suggest you send out something once a week or once every other week. You could do your main easing once a month and then take one or two of these articles and do a mini easing, where you just have a little blurb about something that's happening in your school and maybe one unique article that's got some information or something relevant to what's happening. So you can send out a little bit more often information. You could obviously build out a larger index of stuff that you could send out to different age groups. If you want to do that, you could use this stuff to make blog posts, to make blog posts for your blog, to be providing content and information to your parents, stepping yourself up as the informational source. You could use this information as your social media. Put it on Facebook as you want to. You could use some of the images even going into Pinterest. This is a great resource for you just to go through, and you can just grab these articles as you want. They're archives. You can go back and look. I actually have several years of archives, so I'll be pulling some extra articles out from time to time and giving them to you. But there's so much that you can do with all these different articles. I don't want you to get tied down to just doing them just for the newsletter. Go ahead and use them. They're there for you to use. Yes, some other people might be using them, but I doubt if anyone else in your market is. And even if they are, they're probably not using them in the exact same way you are. The other thing which I'll always say is feel free to spin the article a little bit. And what I mean by that is, you can take an article, it's a 300-word article, would take you 5 minutes to rewrite it a little bit and put it in your own voice. Use your own style if you want to, especially when you start talking about some of the kid-related stuff and the education stuff. Feel free to take it and use the article as a base, and then spin upon it a little bit. Either put it back into the newsletter that way, or again, use it in the blogs, the e-zines. You could use it as maybe an informational flyer if you were doing a show for people. So when they show up, you're like, here's what we have, here's our newsletter, here's a bunch of other articles that we have that are older that you might find interesting, especially if you can find some that apply to whatever the group is that you're at. But anyways, just wanted to give you some great ideas as to how to use all this extra content, because there are pages. As you see, there's actually 21 pages this month of extra articles that you can use, and every month is honestly about the same, if not more. Also, don't forget too, we are providing you with the custom childcare articles, 2 to 4 a month, depending on how many I write and what I want to kind of write about. So make sure that you use those. Again, those are great ones that you can substitute out if you don't like the one, or if you want to use personality. These would also be great if you wanted to just send a weekly email to people with just one article in it, maybe a little bit of content, the personality from you. Another great way to do it. And as gold members, if you have a custom article that you would like written just for your use, let me know. We'll work together and get something done. Or if there's a topic that you would like to have us cover, go ahead and use the form on the gold site, or just send me an email. Just know that we do try and get the stuff out, by the 15th of the month before, so you need to give me about 2 weeks to write it. So think about a month and a half or so ahead of when you think the article would be used to go ahead and get it there. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. Devin at childcare-marketing.com. Take care.